The summer of 2018 is when Jared and I decided we wanted to start a family. We had been married for a couple of years and, we had a lot of stability. We had these great jobs. I had my dream job, a lot of family and love and support around us. And we thought it was time to start a family, and we were so excited to do so. So my pregnancy, for the most part, was amazing. And I was just so happy, and it was just the greatest time. Everything was great up until that last week of my pregnancy.
We had an appointment to go see the GYN. And then at that appointment, I guess with whatever tests they were running, they discovered that, she had higher than normal blood pressure. It was enough where they wanted to send us down to labor and delivery and do some testing for preeclampsia. She checked off 2 out of the 3 boxes. There was literally one thing that she didn't have, which is common in preeclampsia.
I felt like something wasn't right. And I voiced my concerns, and my concerns were dismissed. So I was just recovering from the C-section, and I was still swollen, but all the doctors and medical professionals told me that it was all normal, it was fluids, everything was okay. That night, I had a migraine, and at first, I didn't think anything of it. I thought, okay, it's a migraine, I'll just take some medicine, drink some water, no big deal. Out of nowhere, I just felt the sudden urge to vomit. So I just remember running to the bathroom, and Jared runs behind me to make sure I'm okay. And then I remember looking up at Jared, and then all of a sudden, half of his face I couldn't see. They did the CAT scan, and that's when they showed the brain bleed. I was hemorrhaging. I had had a stroke at that point, and hours had passed, and we didn't know.
The gravity of that situation, it took a while to set in until it realized, wait, this is really bad. She's really sick. There's a possibility I might lose my wife right now. And it was just, it was the scariest day of my life.
So my medical records say that my stroke was caused from postpartum preeclampsia. And that's kind of difficult for me to accept, because I feel as though I had the signs of preeclampsia that last week of my pregnancy. And I feel as though if my concerns were heard and someone really listened to me and this was treated sooner, my stroke wouldn't have happened. It was one of the hardest things, knowing that you just gave birth to a baby boy and he's home without you, and you're in a hospital fighting for your life. As a new mom, the only thing you want to do is love your baby and take care of your baby. And when you can't, you physically can't do so. It was the hardest thing.
I think if our needs and our concerns had been taken seriously and addressed, then we wouldn't be in the position that we're in.
I didn't learn about, the lasting impact of brain damage that you can have from a stroke. I have my vision loss, and I have a lot of cognitive issues, a lot of issues with processing information, focusing, memory. I think the focus was more so on the physical disabilities that, we didn't quite know about, the invisible disabilities that were to come. When I first think of March of Dimes, I think of all the work they do with NICU families. But I learned that there's so much more than that. They work in providing so many resources for families, moms and babies, and making sure that they're taken care of in so many different areas that are needed during these crucial times. Also, all the work they do in advocating for maternal health. I want to share my story to help, whether that's someone else feeling seen, someone else going through some type of trauma, or someone else going through a traumatic birthing experience. I wanted to help others feel as though, they're not the only ones going through something.